Okay, it's about 6:30 in the evening on the 16th of January 2015, and someone emailed me and said, look, I really don't know what I should be doing for a career. I don't know what I'm best suited for. Can you help? And I thought, yeah, I can. So I did some work with them, and I actually got them, helped them get themselves sorted. And it made me think about the different types of career for different types of people. And it's not about different sun signs or different moon signs or any different signs of any different planet or ascendant. It's about the different types of aspects to different planets that represent different types of careers. So here's a bit of a planetary user's guide to career direction. And this is only generalized and to be taken lightly, but nevertheless. You've got people, for example, those with a strong Saturn. People with a strong Saturn, i.e. a strong trine or square to the sun or the moon, or especially the midheaven or the ascendant. Here you're going to find people who would have always involved themselves in some type of work that deals with tradition and loyalty and things around boundary and discipline and routine to an extent. And certainly if it's a very strong Saturn, then the idea of structure comes in. For example, anyone with strong aspects from Saturn to the Sun or to the midheaven or possibly the ascendant, the idea of working in careers as diverse as bricklaying or steel fixing in terms of building structure, barrister, solicitor, judge in terms of the legal structure, or osteopath or shiatsu practitioner in terms of bone structure. Structure works with Saturn. Whereas Jupiter is more about the dissemination of knowledge. Jupiter is the teacher. He's the one who fills you with information. Thus you find Jupiter quite strong in the charts of teachers, travellers, philosophers, priests, but also booksellers, authors, particularly publishers. So if you've got a strong Jupiter, then the idea of information dissemination, whether it be teaching teenagers or adults or publishing books or writing, but the idea of spreading knowledge is something that's always going to be of interest to you. If you've got a strong Neptune in your chart, then there's always your desire for work is always going to be influenced by the desire to help other people less fortunate than yourself. And if that works, your career will be great. And if you work just for yourself, it won't be so good. Whereas if there's a strong Pluto in terms of professional direction, then things around the more forensic, the forensic accountancy, the criminal investigation, the criminal psychology, undertaker or mortician, psychology in some ways always going to play a part if Pluto is strong in terms of career direction. Obviously a strong Mercury in terms of career will bring things around media, around a courier, for example, a travel guide or a journalist, someone who moves around and trades bits of information and items of movement in order to facilitate the dissemination of knowledge. Someone with a strong Venus in terms of career will probably find themselves either working with nature or with art in some shape or form, most commonly music. And of course Mars, whilst athletic in younger days, Mars as far as career goes, especially if it's making strong favourable aspects to planets like Saturn or the ascendant and midheaven, will really boost you as you get older and make you a bit of a dynamo as you age. That just leaves Uranus really on top in terms of the planets, and Uranus as far as career goes is anything as long as it's not normal, conventional, orthodox or boring. Anything that's futuristic, anything that's different, anything that makes you stand out a little bit. The Sun and the Moon don't really have that much interest or affairs in how your professional direction you move in, unless the Sun, unless they're really strong on the midheaven, but that's not that common. Basically, if you want to know what type of career you're looking at, then look at the strong planet in your chart and see if you're designed more for structure, for knowledge spreading, for art, for media, or for the more deeper, more psychological, either caring or understanding sides of life. Everyone's different. One planet, 7 billion different worlds. Catch you later.